Hi, this is my name is Joseph David Nieves, San Jose, California. This is my video journal. Today's date is June 13th, 2023, 8:40 p.m. Nothing too much, all that. I decided to talk about in this video journal about my learning disability. All that. I remember after my dad died, October 2nd, 1992. My dad was my dad was in the obituaries, and I was out of work for at least for 3 years. 3 years, 94, 95, 92, 93, 94, 95, and oh yeah, all the job interviews here that I was looking for a part-time job to get you started and all that, a little job here and there, and the the problem was the excuses was for the job interview was that we were in during the Gulf War, in the Gulf War, all that they said we're in a recession, or not really hiring, all that, and so yeah, the comedy in 1993 was really slow, and I was out of work for the last 3 years, 93, 94, 95. So all that. So uh, in 1993, my mom put me on SSI for dyslexia phasic, and yeah, but I couldn't find work. So my mom said, no, my mom said, look, Joseph, you're gonna make me broke. We have to go to Social Security to sign you on a disability. It'll give you some money here where if you need to buy something or clothing like that, you use that for that, and that's what mom says. I said, look, you're and then 1994, I said, look, Joseph, that's when I got struck with bipolarness after the Whitney Houston concert, where uh, someone put Nikki drugs in my drink at the Sounds like reading all that, and assault me, hit me over the head. What happened was someone was throwing a hammer back and forth the upper level and downtown, and the hammer hit me on top of my head and knocked me out, and also I peed on the seat and all that, and I peed my pants, all that, and then pee, after I was starting to feel sick in my stomach. After from my stomach, I passed out in the lobby at the rest. I was like, "Did someone help me?" Someone, I passed out, threw up on the floor, and passed out in the lobby. It sounds like Rena. But yeah, but my mom said, that's what my mom took me, told me to Dr. Becker at Kaiser, a psychiatry doctor referred by Hope Services. And so 94, I got placed on medication for bipolarness. That was their treatment for, I was on lithium, put on tons of weight on lithium. And after I gained so much weight, I was after a year. After a year, like I said, you took me off lithium. Then after the 1 year, I try not. I stopped watching TV, movies, and listening to music. Try to stay off of schizophrenic drugs. And so that's when Dr. Becker took me off lithium on that. Is he told me, well, we need to find out why Joseph's not watching TV, not watching TV or listening to music, all that. But no, we can't place him medication if he draws or plays video games, all that. But we can place him if you listen to the radio or listen to music or watching TV, watching or going to the movies, all that, because they hear sounds, they hear personal messages. Well, I said 1 year off psychiatric drugs in 94, 94, and all that, until 1995, placed me on Risperdal. So he went down diagnosed to schizophrenia, bipolar schizophrenia, Pragmatic aggressive schizophrenia and all that, and plus top with the learning disability, dyslexic and phasic. And that's why Hope Services came in 1994. And the twin thing, the twin, my look-alike that was all that. That's why they did all that. So yeah, Robert of Hope Services was going to was there too. And Robert from Hope Services goes way back to when I was a teenager. You know, one of my neighbors that was disabled was going to Hope Services too. And that's what she talked to me. Is that he tells me, you know, I look like Robert. I look like Robert, and that's how Robert's family found me when I was a teenager, and it's been a huge problem for me, all that. But yeah, I always been this. The dyslexia came to me about age 6. Yeah, age 6. I was straight A student when I was 5 years old. Loved to read books. I loved to read books and all that. And yeah. McGruff, the crime dog, yeah, you read books, all that, and get a certificate, a reward or points for reading books, much books, all that. I read lots of books when I was a kid, especially Sherlock Holmes, the children's Sherlock Holmes. And until as an adult, when I was 5 years old, I was reading the adult Sherlock Holmes. I love mysteries, all that. But until I got struck with dyslexia, all that, couldn't remember my ABC. I could remember ABC, but I couldn't remember my math. And I remember my dad yelled at me for not remembering not remembering my math algebra, my fractures, my division, you know, my multiple numbers, you know, that you know, with the x, you know, and my negative and my surpluses. And so I couldn't remember how to do my math. I could write all that. And then later on, as I get older, at age 7, age 9, my writing went bad. I used to have the most nicest writing in school, in a class. My mom said, you know, and my writing went bad. Well, at age 9, I was dealing with Ron, the one you know, assaulted me as a kid, and all that. So that, but I was getting D's and F's in special classes at Robert Sanders from middle school. All that. So, but before then, you know, when I was age 5, I used to stutter real bad. I went to speech therapy at Valley Vista, which is now closed at Eastside San Jose because of lack of school attendance. But I used to stutter a whole lot when I was a kid too. So, but when I started came back up when I got junior high, my learning disability therapist, Dr. Schuyler, all that noticed that my learning disability was problem learning disability and all that. But Dr. Sky went on in depth in my family, all that, saying you shouldn't criticize Joseph the way he learns, even though people children like Joseph, they learn the math and the writing, even though they write everything backwards. I did write everything backwards, you know, all that. But I didn't get good at writing until I was a teenager. Real good at writing as a teenager, all that. I went to May Angelou's po po poet poet seminars. It sounds like performing arts. I did read lots of May Angelou's poems. I used to write poems when I was a teenager, you know, and all that. So that and I did that too, you know. So, uh, but like I said, you know, it's not easy. You know, I'm very good, more better at writing now since I got, you know, social media, Facebook and Twitter. You know, my writing ability is much better. All that improved tremendously when I got on the social media. and my spelling improved when I got on Twitter and Facebook, all that, so all that. But anyways, well, and I've got to go, all that. But I've gave the full basic of my handicaps, all that. And you guys have a good one. And I'll talk to you in a few days. Bye bye.